Hey, everybody, this is Tim Sutton. Hopefully, here to bring you a new perspective on individuals with differabilities. We don't believe in disabilities, but differabilities because everybody has abilities, but sometimes they do things a little differently. And if you haven't seen the show before, I'm a law enforcement officer in Virginia for 34 years. And I've done a lot of work with families dealing with autism, intellectual disabilities, Alzheimer's, dementia. But just trying to bring people on who've lived the journey or living the journey, or even participating and very active in reaching out and advocating and raising awareness for individuals with differabilities. And here in the Richmond area, there are quite a few organizations. I have been involved over the past year working with a developing a nonprofit called A Better Understanding, and you can check them out at betterunderstanding.org. Just having events and advocating for with our friends with different abilities, and hopefully teaching them how to get out there and advocate for themselves. So this journey of doing this nonprofit and everything I do in law enforcement, I've had the opportunity to come in contact with a lot of people who are doing some amazing things. And I was made aware of a lady here in the area who has in the Richmond, Virginia area, who has a nonprofit that she's an executive director and founder of, and it's called Jacob's Chance. And I contacted her. We haven't met face to face yet. I think we're gonna kind of talk, sit down at the table and talk on Thursday, and just see where we can join efforts and what she's doing, and get our better understanding out there as well. As all the different organizations are doing amazing things, and we just want to partner and make it the best thing we can make it. So what I'd like to do is bring on Kate Mardigian.
Yep.
And with Jacob's Chance.
Hello.
Hey, Kate, how are you tonight?
Doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. We had a nice talk last night. I don't think you were familiar with me and what I've been doing for the past 20 some years, working with families and all. But it's neat to meet different people locally as well as a long ways away who are doing certain things. It gives us ideas, and hopefully we're able to collaborate and even provide more things for people with differabilities. So with Jacob's Chance, tell us about what it is and how exactly it got started.
Sure. So we are a 501c3, and we provide multiple programs for youth and young adults, 5 to 35, with cognitive, physical, different abilities, intellectual, and medically fragile.
Okay.
So we provide year-round athletics, enrichment programs, fitness, all sorts of things.
Okay. What gave you the motivation or the desire? Was there one moment in time that you just say, wait a minute, we need to do something?
So about I'm going to make the story shorter than I did probably last night, but
That's
really
okay.
started when I was in elementary school,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, and was able to help out with a therapeutic class across the hall from my fifth grade class.
Okay.
And if you did well in school, in class, you could go over and help volunteer. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of where my passion began. I believed in helping other people. And so,
Okay.
fast forward multiple years, we won't say how many, but a lot
That's
of
all right. I don't either.
um, I was leaving a baseball field with my two boys. Um, they were, I think they were probably like, I don't know, between the ages of 4 and 7, somewhere around in that age group. And I had about 2 hours to sit in the stands with other parents, and I was able to watch my son play
Right.
baseball. And I was able to talk with other families about, doctors, teachers,
Right.
or this. Being able to sit in the bleachers or in a chair with other families, with other parents, truly helps a parent on their path.
Right.
And so we were leaving the field, and we walked past a baseball field, and I saw a lot of parents standing out there. And as I got closer, I realized that they were assisting their kids
Okay.
in baseball. So after I stopped, asked a couple of questions, I learned that they were having a problem getting volunteers out there.
Oh,
So I just kind of kicked it in high gear.
right.
I'm known for the gift of gab. So I
As am I.
actually, when I was little, my brother and sister nicknamed me Motor Mouth, but we won't go there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
um, so I started getting high school baseball teams out there to help assist and volunteer. And it gave the parents an opportunity to sit and watch their kids play baseball. And
Awesome.
yes, there's something about being a parent and being able to watch your child do something to achieve a goal,
Right.
to just put this big smile on their faces. They're doing something that you're not a part of.
Right.
And so I just kind of grew from there. So we added on year round. We started adding different sports on. So we added basketball, and then we added tennis and flag football, and
Okay.
it just kind of started evolving from there.
Well, what's interesting is my kids played little league this and little league that, and sometimes you get to the point, all right, I've got to go sit in the stands and sit here for 2 hours while they do their thing, and you're dreading it. But then, yeah, you get to share with other families, other parents. But then you walk by and go, there's some parents out there that they have to stay on the field. They don't get. You look at the two. That's 2 hours in reality of some downtime, just
Yes,
watching your child out there.
right.
But then you've got the kids with differabilities out there, and they've got a family member on the field with them, and that's time consuming. And to be able to make an opportunity where those parents can go, those family members can go sit in the stands,
Mhm.
it had to have been just enormous for some of these people, some of these
Well,
parents.
yeah, definitely because they're with their children
Yeah.
24/7 hours a day. I mean, it's 24/7, and they don't get an opportunity to just breathe.
And they love them just like everybody loves their kids, but it's nice to have a little break every once in a while. And I know it would be frustrating that I got to sit out there in the heat in the stands, but then for somebody else in their situation, that's a break for them.
Mhm.
And they don't have to have hands on. They can just sit there and watch their child. So, I commend you for that. I think that's absolutely amazing.
Thank
Well, big question. And I didn't see it on the website because I want to ask you, and who is Jacob?
Jacob is he was a very good friend of mine, Terry Rutsky. It was her firstborn, and he passed from complications of his disabilities.
Oh, wow.
And I met Terry. It's everything kind of happened at the same time between the baseball field and
Mhm.
then shifting to football field. Met Terry, learned all about Jacob. How she used to have to adapt sports in her backyard for Jacob because he loved to play sports. He
Right.
loved to ride his horse. And socialization was really hard for them because it was, making friends is difficult for those caring for their kids with disabilities. So came time to name the nonprofit, and I didn't even tell Terry I was doing this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so what I did is I got all the paperwork through the state and everything, and I
Yeah.
thought this could be Jacob's chance to live through all the kids.
Right.
And the handprint in the logo is Jacob's handprint.
Oh, wow.
Kids do the whole, you
Yeah.
know, yeah. So
Like stones and things.
yeah, so this is Jacob's handprint. So he's with us. He's with me every day.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
he has been for over 15 years. Kind of feel like he's my soulmate.
Right.
But then what I did is I faxed the paperwork over to Terry so she could see it. It was such a great moment. So, and what's really crazy, not even knowing any of this, not even putting things together, is
Mhm.
Jacob's chance. Our birth date is February 5th.
Right.
Jacob's date of birth is February 13th.
Oh,
He
wow.
passed on February 25th. So the month of February is a very special month for
Right.
Chance. So
What do y'all do special events in February to mark that date or mark that month?
we do like social media type. We recognize Jacob. We celebrate his birthday. One year we let balloons go. One year, and a lot of times it happens around basketball season. So we might have cupcakes. So we're always celebrating Jacob in some way. But this year it's super special.
Oh,
Is because it will mark our 10-year anniversary.
okay.
So I don't know, kind of excited.
So is Jacob's family actively involved in everything you all do with it?
Um, they Jacob's mom does come to visit to our sports and stuff like that.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, yeah, hmm
That's nice.
yeah.
Well, your events, the sports and all of that, you said it once. Who is it for? Who is it out there for?
It's, it's for so many different people. It's for three groups of people really. I started it for the parents, the kids benefit, and then from being able to provide a sport for the families, we are a volunteer run organization.
Okay.
And so we have buddies often, one on one with the athletes. And so volunteers in the community are learning so much more about the different abilities,
Right.
how they can remove boundaries for those that they're helping, how they can truly make a difference. They're learning about socialization. They're learning about there's no true difference between us.
Okay.
We all just need a little bit of help, right? I mean,
Right.
we all need help.
Right. And you adapt certain things, sports and all that. Tell us some of the ways you adapt the sport for those individuals.
Just an example, when we play soccer, for those wheelchair users, we will put a um, kind of like a clothes basket in the front, kind of strap it down so that when they are doing it themselves,
Right.
maneuvering, they can kick the ball.
Right.
And or if a volunteer is pushing, they can kind of turn the wheelchair
Okay.
to help move the ball around. So that's one way. We have basketballs that have handprints on the balls to show
Oh
you
wow.
where your hands go. We have bells and soccer balls for vision impaired. So we have beeper balls. So whatever we need to do to adapt the sport, we'll do it.
If there's a way to do it, you're going to do it, and you'll
Absolutely.
probably use any means necessary to make it happen.
Absolutely.
You know that
Yes.
one individual is just as important as any
Yep.
other individual, and y'all take that, and run with it. I think it's absolutely awesome. And I was not aware you all were out here, and that's when I heard about it. I was like, I want to get y'all on here. I want people, if they tune in here, I want them to hear about you, learn about you, everything that you do.
Thank you.
Who are some of the other organizations that y'all work with?
So we have an adventure program. It's called Adventures with Jacob's Chance, and we work with Beyond Boundaries.
Okay.
Shep Roper is executive director, and so with partnering with Beyond Boundaries, we do fishing, hiking, rock wall climbing, kayaking, whitewater rafting. We do it. We do it all.
So it's not just playing sports; it's going out there social. Y'all have social events and things like that.
We do. We have a young adult program called the Hangout,
Oh,
and we have a teen scene, another social um, uh, program.
okay.
So, yeah. And we also have a fitness program that we do in partnership with the VCU Kinesiology Department, Matt
Oh,
Scott.
okay.
Yeah, we've been doing that for quite some time, probably 8 years, maybe a little longer. And that's a great program. It's a very popular one.
That is absolutely awesome. And y'all, I would encourage anybody, viewing this, or I don't care if you're in the Richmond area or where you are in the country or in the world. If this looks like something you can start up where you are, go to jacobschance.org and get all the information. Contact Kate and find out what you can, because this needs to be done not just here in Richmond. It needs to be done everywhere. And one thing I like with, and it's kind of how you got it started with it. One of my daughters actually, when she was in elementary school, she helped out with the Special Olympics and was out there, and she was with one of the kids, and they would always assign her somebody. and she had the most wonderful time, and she had the heart and wanted to be there. It's not something, the teacher's like, oh, we all need to go out there and help them. She was chomping at the bit and wanted to be out there helping, and she got, it's, you're going out there and helping, and they're getting out a lot out of it, but you as well are getting so much out of it, knowing that you're there supporting these individuals who sometimes just don't get that support that they need and want.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of our volunteers come out and are very nervous.
Right.
They've never worked with people with differing abilities. So
Right.
I say to that, relax, and you'll see how easy it is and
Right.
how much you're going to learn. And we've had plenty of high school volunteers come out and want us to sign off on their hours on that first day. And then
Right.
next thing you know, they keep coming back
Right.
time and time again, and they stop asking for us to sign off on volunteer hours because they want to be there. This isn't about in their volunteer time for their high school.
Right.
It's about they want to be there, and they want to make changes for their peers to make sure that they have the same opportunities that they do.
Right. And they develop that passion, and they, what I find about that is you probably the first time they come, they're taking that big step because they're stepping outside their comfort zone.
Right.
And that's never comfortable. I mean, never good or easy to do. But if you step outside of that comfort zone, you may open your mind, open your world to some amazing other people, just their circumstances and things. And I also teach Alzheimer's and dementia. And one thing I try to tell some of the families or even officers when we're interacting with them, they wonder sometimes why they get irritated or agitated because they're losing that short-term memory. And people dealing with cognitive issues, sometimes they're never in their comfort zone.
Right.
They never can get there. But to be able to have somebody who's neurotypical or no differability can come out and take a chance to go, let me try this. I think it melts your heart and really gives you a passion for wanting to be there, and seeing how appreciative those individuals as well as the parents are.
Oh, yeah.
Just blows you away.
And it actually goes both ways, the appreciation as far as like the parents go. I've had plenty of parents of volunteers email me and say, wow, this is
Right.
what you've done for our family, or my son has changed them for the best. And and it's great to see how society should be.
Right.
Like we're not charity. We're trying to tell you this is how you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just, and I tell a lot of people in the autism realm, you've been around enough, autism is sensory driven. They're picking up things, and they're picking up on things that neurotypical individuals are walking past and we don't even realize are there. And they're absorbing so much that sometimes I wonder if maybe those with autism, if they're on the spectrum, maybe they're the normal, and maybe we're the ones with the special need because they're in tune with so much more, where we just block it out and we don't pay attention to it. And you wonder sometimes if they're at such an advantage because they feel things and see things and experience things that neurotypical individuals, we don't even acknowledge are there.
I truly love all the people that we serve. I truly love each one of their minds.
Right.
Because each one is so unique and so powerful, and they don't realize it. The things that they do is just amazing.
Well, and I think a friend of mine, I think she's probably watching, sent me a text, a group text for a nonprofit about something that was published yesterday or today about a boy with autism who scored a higher IQ than Stephen Hawking. And I can't remember who the other one was, but that just came out. It's like, you can't take that disability and think there's an intellectual problem. Many times they understand everything you're saying, everything you're doing. They may not be able to perform it the way you would. They may need the adaptations like you give them. But they're just people like us. And these kids, I can only imagine some of these families look at the behaviors of their kids after they're involved with Jacob's Chance, because there's so much there wanting to get out, and you all are allowing them the opportunity, the resources to get it out there and be who they want to be.
Exactly. That's right. That's what we do. Created opportunities for everyone to feel welcome at home
Right.
and no different.
Right. That's absolutely awesome. Now you do fundraising events and all, and you mentioned last night we were talking about a casino night or something.
Yes, October 1st is our Chips for a Chance event. It is from 7 until 11 at the Akka Shriners Temple
Okay.
in Northside. We have a band, That Dog Bite, and yep, food, open bar. So it's going to be just a lot of games and a good time.
Have you got a point of contact or a website for that event, or
Yeah,
you just
definitely.
go through Jacob's Chance?
You can go to what we welcome you to go to our website so you can
Right.
see more. But you can also go to chipsforachance.com. www.chipsforachance.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. So event wise.
Or not for FOR. It's the
Oh, okay. Okay. Understood. So how do y'all events? Do y'all have weekly events, monthly events as far as the sports? Or is it just sporadic, depending on the season or whatever?
yeah, it's seasonal. Like we're getting ready to in a couple of weeks we start our soccer program.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a school schedule.
Okay.
When fall hits, it's soccer. Our fishing starts back up again. Hiking, adventure club. Our enrichment programs are in full force. And our enrichment classes, a couple of classes each day, 5 days a week, and that's for those who have graduated high school or being
Right.
homeschooled.
And where are those classes? Are they
We
on Overbrook?
No. So most of our classes are we partner. Our good friends with Henrico Rex Recreation
Okay.
Parks and Rec. We use their Belmont
Okay.
Community Center. We do a lot of our programming there. Some of our program is on the road. We take field trips,
Okay.
which is uh, Wonders of Wildlife is one of our enrichment programs that
Oh wow.
we created, and we do that in partnership with Virginia Wildlife and a few other different groups in Virginia. In Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But it should be everywhere. I mean, every state needs to have this. Every city needs to have something. So that's the main thing of getting you out there. So the volunteers, you're saying you have school age kids helping, you got other parents and all helping.
We
If
do.
somebody wanted to get involved and be a part of what you're doing, what do they need to do?
They just go to our website, jacobschance.org. And on the front, on the home page, there's multiple opportunities to choose from. And when you click on one, there'll always be like a volunteer here, or you can call me and
Okay.
I can get you set up. Yeah, we have volunteer. You can come and volunteer as a family. One of our longtime volunteers is a family of 5, and they've
Wow.
been doing it for 15 years.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, yeah.
And y'all take donations. If somebody was interested in donating, would obviously go to the website, but is there anything else you can tell them? Because I'm sure there are people, once they hear this and hear what you're doing, are going to be wanting to donate and get involved.
Yeah, thank you. So yes, you can go to our website. There's multiple places on the website that you could donate. And donations are always very important to a nonprofit.
Right.
But with COVID, it seems in these past 2 years that all of our programs are minimal cost, and we
Right.
offer financial assistance, or we can help subsidize the cost of the
Right.
programs. So we are seeing an increase in needing to subsidize or offer the financial assistance.
Right.
So our fundraising event this year is so very important to the growth of Jacob's Chance.
Right. There's so many different organizations to donate to, but this is something that needs to be done. And I would encourage everybody to get involved
So,
uh, with y'all's casino night out at the Akka Temple and all that stuff. So, How many, I don't want to say kids, age 5 to 35, but how many have you got an estimate of how many individuals you serve?
We serve over 250 people, not
Okay.
all at one time, but
Right.
throughout the programs. And that includes our volunteers as well, because we're serving them as well. We're, through the volunteers advocate for different abilities, right?
Right.
And they advocate for making a difference and removing boundaries and adapting things around
Right.
people.
Well,
Yeah,
good. Well, I'm looking forward to the meeting Thursday. I think we're having a meeting with you Thursday, and kind of sharing what we're trying to do. And we don't want to go in and try to duplicate anybody else's effort, but if we can support them, we all of us as a whole group, nonprofits, different groups, just need to work together.
absolutely.
And I tell people, as far as law enforcement and me training law enforcement, I know there's some other officers across the country doing it. And I don't want to compete with them. The more there are out there doing it, the better it is for the families as well as I think the officers. Um, so just being able to partner. I know you were at the duck race,
Mhm.
RVA duck race with the
Yes,
Autism Society of Central Virginia
yes.
a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
So, and I think that's how one of our members, Lynn Martin, talked to you there. And so I appreciate her kind of connecting us. And I know Randy's helped out a lot. So luckily, I was finally able to get in contact with you. I knew the right path to go, and we were able to work this out so we could get information. Well, is there any one last thing just to really fill everybody in on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and let them know how much you want them involved, not just for you all, but obviously anybody came out and help you all with what you're doing, they're going to be blessed. There's no doubt. So, is there anything as we start to wrap up that you just want people to know?
I want people to spread the word about Jacob's Chance and all the different programs and opportunities that we can offer to the community that needs it. And we 250 people is not enough. We
You're
need to
just scratching the surface, is all you're doing.
exactly, and we want to expand and we want to offer so much because now, especially, is such an important time. And donate.
Right.
Yes, because we are really looking at expanding this year and taking
Right.
us to the next level. So we're only better together.
Well, like you said, it takes a village. That's what you told me last night. It takes a village.
Takes a village and
And even if you don't live in that village, look at what's going on and some amazing things. So you have the opportunity to be a part of something huge. So,
yeah,
Kate, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight and sharing Jacob's Chance. And again, anybody who's interested, jacobschance.org. Go on there and look at it. They've got some great videos on there. Some of these participants are pretty much giving their testimony and how much it means to them.
yeah.
So they're reaching a great crowd, a bunch of wonderful people. And I just want to thank you so much for being here with me tonight.
Tim, thank you so much for having me. It takes people like you to get the word out and
We'll get it out.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting you face to face Thursday. So take care and thank you so much again. Hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks.
Everybody, hopefully you got to hear some stuff that you hadn't heard before, you weren't familiar with. Please look them up, jacobschance.org. You can look up our nonprofit I'm working with, a better understanding.org. We've got events we're trying to plan. We do have an event December 11th. It's our annual Christmas party for individuals with differ'abilities. We have Sensory Santa Claus will be there. There will be gifts, food. So please check out our website and sign up, and we'll keep you informed of everything going on. So just want to thank everybody for being here. Take care. And Dad, thanks for watching. I love you.